Apron up. It's time. Easy Eats is back. I was off last week, so I was cooking, but I wasn't doing it on here. And today we get Rocco DiSpirito, outstanding chef, going to be joining us, and we're making veggie lasagna. And not like lasagna with vegetables instead of meat. Like veggie lasagna, meaning the vegetables are the lasagna noodles. Yeah. I'm a little behind on my prep, so Rocco's going to entertain you with me. So once Rocco gets in, we're going to be telling you all about this. There's a marinara that we're going to be making ourselves. I'm grilling vegetables ahead of time right now, but I've cut not at all evenly spaced. They're supposed to be about a 1/4 inch thick, but you know, what are you going to do? So once we get him on here, we're going to be joined by Rocco DiSpirito. He's going to be talking about not just veggie. I mean, we want to know what he's been up to. Let's see. Are you in here, Rocco? Rocco. Paging Rocco. I'm going to need a lot of help on this one. And really, I know that Rocco knows my husband. I want to prove my husband wrong with this one, because he's like, lasagna without noodles? What are you talking about? So I know we can do it, Rocco. Once you come in here, ooh, we're going to have this down. All right, let me see if you're around now. There he is. Him in. He should be coming in any moment. And I gotta put these on something else. Parchment. More parchment.
Hello. Hi, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
How's it going so far?
You know, I'm a little behind, as I told you I
You
might be.
were doing so well, I almost didn't want to interrupt you.
Yeah, right. How are you?
Is your husband giving you a hard time about? Oh, he is?
Yeah, and I've said I've been doing these the whole time we've been in isolation, and Ben keeps asking, when are you doing one with Rocco?
There he is. There he is. That looks big enough.
We have a fly issue in this house. Giant flies. What's up, man? How are you doing?
Are they flies from Jurassic Park or what?
They are huge. They're
That's
pterodactyls.
like, yeah. Did you make that prop?
No,
or did you
just
actually
our
buy
realtor.
that?
We bought the house, and our realtor's like, I got you a gift.
And now we know why.
And it's this giant fly swatter, so.
Amazing. Great.
You okay?
That'll just depreciate the value instantly 20%. I'm good. I'm really good. Ginger looks like she's like almost done. I don't even know where to jump in.
She's bringing a fishing net for you right now.
Yeah, because we're not catching any fish. We're just catching veggies. And Bean, there's no noodles in this lasagna.
Oh, great. I love
Yeah, there's no noodles. No
what are you
noodles.
doing, Rocco? What are you doing for me? Why can't you? Rocco's, he's all crazy healthy.
Yeah.
Look at the condition you guys are in. You're obviously not eating a lot of pasta.
You do the keto. No,
I mean, Ben would eat pasta every single meal. If he had a choice, this guy is pasta heavy.
I'm going to go get her son. Rocco,
I think Ben should get whatever he wants.
That's right.
He works hard enough.
If we could all be 160 pounds and eat whatever we want.
2% body fat. 2% body fat, and out of 155 pounds, you know he's like 120 pounds of muscle, right?
Yeah, right.
All right, so I'm going to get back here, see if you can see me. Can you see me?
I can see you.
Can you see the food?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. All
okay.
right.
So lead me through. Let me tell you where I am real quick. I got to grab, I have the yellow squash is done.
Okay. Wow. Great.
Baking, but I've got like rounds of it going here, right?
Yeah.
So tell everybody what we're making and how we make it, and then we'll get into other conversations.
Sure. So this recipe is called Summer Love Vegetable Lasagna because it's the vegetables you fall in love with every summer. The gold bar yellow squash. These are just amazing in July and August. Green squash, zucchini. This one's my favorite, avocado squash. Looks like an avocado, tastes like squash, kind of cool, right? These are the vegetables that are plentiful and cheap and super sweet, delicious in the summer, and the ones we try to eat all year round, but in the winter just aren't as good. Peppers, eggplant, and of course basil. Fresh basil, got all these from the farmer's market. If you don't have one near you, these vegetables should be plentiful all over the country right now. And then we have a tomato sauce, a cheese mixture, and a grill that I'm going to grill the vegetables with. So I want you to just basically throw away the recipe and don't care about the recipe at all.
Okay.
All right. Can you handle that, or is that gonna?
Yeah, no,
Cool.
I'm in. And you know what? I was just at my parents' house, and they have a really giant garden or a small farm, however you want to look at it. And what I love about this recipe is everything's coming up right now, and very rarely am I like, how can I put so much eggplant in something? Like if you've got giant eggplants to use, this is a great recipe to do it.
Yeah, this is definitely the recipe for people who are growing their own vegetables and every morning go out, bring back a haul, and don't know what to do with it. Start giving it away to friends and family.
That's right.
Use all those vegetables in this lasagna. Like Ben said, there's no pasta. The whole thing is made from vegetables. So it's all about grilling those vegetables. So we start by making our grilled vegetables. You've already started, which is great. You take your vegetables, and I use a mandolin. If I go down here, can you see me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So you just use a mandolin and you cut them thin.
Do you know how
thin.
much
Now,
easier that looks than what I just did?
Did you do this by hand with a knife?
Yes.
That's okay. I like that you're a warrior. That's awesome.
Okay.
I mean, don't you free dive and hold your breath for 6 minutes? Aren't you that person?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, so I think using a knife was pretty appropriate. So you take squash, this is the avocado squash, and you simply throw it on a grill pan. A little olive oil is good. A little salt and pepper too. Throw it on a grill pan or grill it outside on your outdoor grill, either one. You could also saute it, you could broil it, you could bake it. Just as long as you cook it and it has direct contact with some sort of heated surface, it'll taste great. The idea is to get them to be sweet and cooked all the way through.
Okay.
The only one that's going to give you a hard time is the eggplant, right? It's always the eggplant that never wants it fully cooked. And when it's not fully cooked, it doesn't taste good. It has that sort of bitter, astringent flavor. So make sure you grill the eggplant first and get it super charred. You can see here my eggplant is almost all brown and black because I wanted to make sure that it was really, really charred.
Now I put the eggplant in the oven already, so there's my...
Good. Great. Terrific. You can't overcook eggplant. I mean, if you do, we'll make baba ganoush. It's no big deal. Can't overcook it, but you can always undercook it. Never undercook eggplant because it tastes like fuzzy leaves that you shouldn't have pulled from the garden, and you don't want that feeling in your mouth. Okay, so we'll get some grill marks. When you see grill marks, it means you're gonna have sweetness. Now the other section to this pasta is the cheese mixture. I don't know if you have your spinach yet.
No, that I do not
so,
have. I don't
no
even
worries.
have it out of the refrigerator yet because I've been so vegetable worried.
Copy that. All right, no worries. So you're cooking the vegetables. That's a great thing to do. Get done ahead of time, day before even. When I serve this a lot, I'm always grilling vegetables. And if you want, what size casserole are you making it in? Mine is going into this. Let me see. Oh, you're making a big one. That's enough for 10 people. Wow, great. So I'm going into this cast iron guy that's good for 2 to 4 people.
Oh,
this is one portion for Ben.
Smaller one? I can do it smaller.
One portion for it'll be faster. You'll get it done faster for sure. And then you could always make another one. And then the other part is the sauce.
That look good? Rocca?
That one looks great. Yeah, that looks great. Is that steel or ceramic?
It's cast iron.
Perfect. Great.
Okay. Wait, so while we start cooking, though, I also want you to tell me, I know you've been busy, even though we're all kind of in this different world. You started a pop-up, right? The Mondrian?
I did. Yes, thank you. At Clio at the Mondrian on Park Avenue. I started a pop-up last week just because I love to torture myself with cooking, and I don't do enough of it at home. And my partner, Steve Brandman, and I thought, we got to give it a try. We have this hotel. He happens to operate it. And we have this kitchen, and it's just sitting there. Let's see if we can get an outdoor permit. And New York is being really generous now about outdoor permits. And so we opened last week. As soon as I'm done here, I'm going to go back there, and I'll be there cooking all night. So Come see me. If you're in town, come see me. For those of you who always say, hey, I wish I could have tried your cooking, now's your chance. Now's your chance.
If you're in New York City, you can do it tonight.
In New York City, Park Avenue and 30th. You can do it tonight. Hopefully you guys come before the end of the summer as well. I'd really love to cook for you guys. It's a simple fun Italian menu. I've got like flatbreads with lots of cheese and pastas and fritto misto. All right.
I think I know what we're doing for our next date night now.
Come have a fritto misto on the house. That sounds good.
That's it.
All right. So you've got your veggie part, your cheese mixture, and your tomato sauce. Those are the three things you need for this lasagna. The tomato sauce, if you haven't started it, we can either use a jarred one or we can make it real quick.
We can make it quick if that's all
You want to
right.
make it?
If
Yeah,
that,
sure,
is that all right with you?
I can make
You're like,
tomato
I gotta
sauce
get
in
back
4
and
minutes.
cook at my restaurant.
I can make tomato sauce in 4 minutes. No, I have time. I have plenty of time. Tomato sauce, you need a saucepan.
Yep.
You're really cooking a lot of food there. Amazing. I don't know how you're still standing. Didn't you wake up at 2 in the morning today?
Yes, and I've been going
Yes,
ever since.
okay.
But this is the best part
Yeah.
about these is at the end of it, the kids have dinner, and I don't have to think about that. So it's
Oh,
worked.
that's good. And then do you go right to sleep?
Yeah,
Or do you
pretty
fall
much.
in or you fall into a comatose state involuntarily and Ben puts you to bed?
Yes.
Basically. I hear that. When I used to be a breakfast cook, I had to leave my house at around 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
By noon, I was comatose, so I don't know how you're making it till 5.
Yes, it's a lot, but I'm happy to do it.
Yeah.
So, okay, so wait. So before we get to the
Okay.
sauce, though, real quick, we grill them and then we oven bake, right?
Grill and then oven bake, or if they're fully cooked on the grill, like these avocado squash are pretty tender. I'm not going to need to oven bake these. I'll just take these off and keep cooking. Some of them won't need the oven bake. So the oven bake is a good way to just make sure they're all cooked through.
Got it. All right.
Because we're going to bake
All right,
this
so let's do
after
sauce.
anyway. So, sure. So all you need is a saucepan, olive oil. We're going to make a very basic pomodoro sauce that you can make with fresh tomatoes or canned tomatoes. And the holy trinity of the sofrito, which is the stuff that you fry in advance, in Southern Italy, is basil, garlic, and chili flakes.
Okay.
So you need olive oil and those three things in a pan, and that's your sofrito. And then you add tomatoes and cook for 5 or 10 minutes, and that's your. Do you have a saucepan about 4 quarts, something like this?
Yeah, it's a little bigger, but
Okay, great.
okay.
Oh, it's perfect. Great. So get it hot. And again, don't worry about measurements. Don't worry about the recipe. Let's just freestyle it and do what feels comfortable. All this food tastes good, no matter what the proportions are. There's no way to make this not taste good. These are all sweet, delicious, seasonal flavors. Okay, so you're getting your pan hot. You're going to squash 2 cloves of garlic. No need. Just take the clove off the head, smash it, peel off the paper.
I already have it kind of like sliced thin, but I'll just do a couple.
Okay, great. Slice thin. Perfect. That's what the recipe calls for. So that goes into the oil.
Okay.
And is it already sizzling, or is it cooler
Yeah, it's
than
got a
that?
little bit. It's
Okay,
outside,
good.
though,
All right, so
it's good.
do you have a handful of basil nearby?
I do.
Great. So you're going to cook the garlic until it's almost burned, but stop it just before. You want it to be dark brown. That's going to develop a lot of flavor. It's a little scary because the minute it goes past before burned, it's totally burnt and you got to start over. So just keep an eye on it as it browns, and then stop cooking the garlic by throwing in a handful of basil.
Okay.
The basil will release a lot of water, and it'll arrest the garlic, and it'll stop cooking. You can also turn off the flame. So, and you want to stir the garlic while you're cooking it. This is a super mama technique, by the way. This is what every mama in Southern Italy does. This is how they make a pomodoro sauce.
I love learning it. So my grandmother's last name is Picozzi, or was Picozzi. So they were from Sicily.
Terrific.
Both her and my mom didn't cook that much. And so I've had to, everything's come from kind of my stepfather, which is so crazy. What is your history? I don't even know. Like, where did you start? Was it kitchen, mom, grandma, dad?
Yeah, no, I started definitely in the kitchen with both parents cooking, and my aunts and uncles and parents and everybody cooked in my family. They're farmers from Italy, so cooking is a way of life for them. Cooking, farming, and existing is all the same thing.
Right. Okay,
we grew our own vegetables. Yeah.
About
brown.
right?
Perfect. Yeah, perfect. Add the basil. That sound is the garlic arresting. You've arrested the garlic. Congratulations. And it didn't take a gigantic fly swatter, which is terrific. Now add some chili flakes.
Sorry, it's a little loud. Say it
a
again.
tiny little pinch of red chili flakes,
Okay.
and stir it around. Make sure there's enough olive oil to cover everything. And you want to fry the basil. I know that sounds ridiculous, but you want the basil to release its flavor into the oil.
Okay.
The flavor of basil, the volatile oils of basil, are attracted to other fats. They're lipophilic flavors. And so when basil comes in contact with oil, it's going to flavor that oil.
All right.
So keep doing that. Keep stirring it. Keep stirring it. And then at some point, when the basil looks shriveled and dark green, you're going to add tomatoes. Now, it could be any product you have. Fresh tomatoes, canned, whole tomatoes, peeled tomatoes, puree, it doesn't matter. All of those tomatoes will work.
Do you have like a preference? Are you big in like you have to have the
yeah, right now I like fresh. Right, I love fresh right now because everybody seems to have an abundance of fresh tomatoes. You probably have neighbors trying to pawn off tomatoes on you every day.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So a can of any tomato product will make this
and now should the heat
perfect
be,
pomodoro sauce.
what should the heat be when I put the tomato in?
It should be medium to high. You want it to sort of sizzle again. You should hear a sizzle.
Okay.
If it's not sizzling, that's okay. The minute it becomes basically done, if it was fresh tomatoes, you would cook it a little longer to reduce some of out of the of sauce.
Yeah.
But the fried garlic basil tomato combo is instant pomodoro.
Nice.
It should already taste good on the first, and that's a pomodoro, by the way, you can use for every pomodoro ingredient in every, or anytime you need a tomato sauce. That's a 100% utility player all year round. That's the pomodoro that my mother would put in jars and save for the winter.
Yes. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm still zucchiniing while we're talking. While that goes, and it is starting to bubble a little bit.
You probably
Will you tell me, I know you're working with City Harvest too, right?
Good. I am, yes. So we wanted the pop-up to be mission-based to help rebuild the restaurant community, but very important to us was to organizations that are doing the hard work on the ground to help rebuild the city. And City Harvest is the largest privately held food bank in New York. They deliver 100 tons of food every day to people in need. And New York City is devastated, as we all know. I don't need to belabor the fact that when New York gets hit hard, a lot of 38% are now food insecure. Yeah. So City Harvest is a really great money if you have a few extra dollars. We're donating a portion of our profit to City Harvest during the entire pop-up. They do a great job. I've been working with them for 25 years. Yeah.
Wow.
25 years. The coolest thing is they have this wonderful auction every year, and the auctioneer is the guy from Antiques Roadshow. The really eccentric guy with the mustache, Nick Lowry. Yeah, it's super fun. So you get to hang with him every year at the gala.
Okay, I'm going to show you.
All right.
I'm going to show you my sauce so that you can see that it's got a little bubble.
Beautiful. So I would taste it now and tell me if it tastes sweet or tinny or too acidic, too salt, too whatever. If you taste anything burnt, I want to try to find that.
No, it's not.
We didn't add any salt yet.
It's not salty. It's got. Yeah, it needs salt. I don't know what else it needs. Pretty good. It's not bad. Okay. What's that? Sorry. Is my internet struggling?
Good. Those nice green leaves of basil.
I don't know if that's my Wi-Fi. We lost power, so are you hearing me okay?
Can you see me or no?
Yes, now I can.
See me? Real close.
Okay, yep, I've got you.
I do have to
Connect my earbuds though.
Okay. Do that, and then we'll see if we can see that. Because right now it's like thinking. Are you guys seeing that too? Is it on my end or his end? I want to make sure we get it done. Hold on. Rocco, are you there? I can't do this without you. Oh, that's a. Are you in? Are you back in? I think I lost you. Maybe it's your. Do you want to take them out? Would that help? Same for you guys. So you guys can't hear Rocco, right? And he's freezing. I just want to make sure that it's not just on mine. Well, if you're joining us right now, I don't think we have Rocco. He's frozen a little bit. So Rocco, if you want, maybe try to drop out and come back in. We could add you back in. You want to try to maybe like X out and then come back into the live? That might work best so we can hear you better. If you guys are just joining us, I'll take you over to the oven while we wait for Rocco. I think it'd be best if he comes back in. We've got zucchini, eggplant. All of these are going to act as vegetables that are going to act like noodles. You there now? No, I still can't hear you. Try Rocco if you can to actually I'll get okay. So we'll see if this works. Hopefully it does. I'll add him back in once he's here. Ugh. I'm trying to open this while I do 6 things. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, you saw him in no sound, right? Let's see. And somebody asked Rosary while we're doing this, do you unseed the eggplant? I did not, so I hope that wasn't the case, but we'll ask him when he gets back in. There he is. Cool. Hopefully that works out then. And I'm getting my cheese ready.
Is this better?
Yes, you're back.
Oh, thank goodness.
Okay, good. So I'm ready for cheese, I think.
Perfect. Okay, so you have a sauce. Now the cheese mixer. Let's make that. It calls for spinach. I happen to have dandelion here. Any green vegetable will work. This is basically a way to cheat in some green vegetables and fool your kids and get everyone to eat some green vegetables. So you mix it with the cheese, no one will notice it. So I take about equal parts the green vegetable, which in this case is dandelion, and I have sheep's milk ricotta, regular ricotta will work as well. And then I add a bunch of Parmigiano Reggiano. You make this delicious cheese mixture. Just everything together.
And so
the recipe calls
if I'm
for
using
white powder.
Yeah.
If you don't have it, don't worry about it. If you want,
I've never used that product. Do you use that a lot?
Protein for this recipe, you can put egg whites, whole eggs here, and hold it all together.
Oh no, we're losing him again. Rocco, I don't know if that's your internet or what might be happening, but it looks like we might have lost you again, or frozen. I see you moving.
Did you
We're like hearing you digitized, you know, like
again?
you're like a yeah, lost you like it looks like the Wi-Fi spot. Yeah. We'll knock out. I think he said put spinach in this bowl. So I put spinach in a bowl, but it's not cooked or anything, so that's one big question I have. We'll see what happens though. Okay. I'm just gonna zucchinis are cooking away. Okay, I got you.
Oh.
Yep.
You got me?
Yeah, I do. It's a little spotty, but I see you.
All right. Really sorry. I'm not sure what's going on. I see there's a question. Do you unseat
Okay.
Unless it's large eggplant that's over?
Otherwise, just keep it.
By the way.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I think we're still seeing like spotty bits of you. So I wonder what the best bet is to do. Because I know the cheese sauce is the next step.
Add noodles.
My husband says add noodles and that'll fit. Are you checking on Wi-Fi there? What's that? You can see yourself? Are you watching yourself to see? Oh, yep, he dropped out. Okay, we'll try it again. I think I'm just going to add this cheese. I'm just going to guess. So this could get messy. No, I think I have the recipe. I shouldn't do that. My kids actually have to eat this. And Ben. Yeah. Where's the cheese part? Okay. 1.5 cups. Got it. Plus we'll get Rocco back in. I need my babysitter. My cooking babysitter. Please help. I think he should be coming back in. We love Rocco though, so it doesn't matter. We'll wait all day. I know you guys will too. And if you have questions, just like I put up that question on the screen, you can throw your question up there, and if we get Rocco back, he'll be able to answer that, which is really helpful. But right now, I am just putting the cheese. Let me bring you guys over here while he tries to come in. The 1.5 cups of ricotta into my bowl with the spinach. And then you add the, what's next? Some olive oil. Oh, the blanched, oops. Oh well. Nutmeg, basil. This is gonna be fun, guys. Lots of fun. All right, let's see if he's come back. And I've got that egg white powder. I'm gonna grab that because he's got it and I've never used it. I don't want to. Have you guys used this before? An egg white powder? I was not familiar. Didn't know it. And it says on here, I thought it was really funny. It said, egg white powder is spray-dried egg white, shelf-stable, especially for athletes and bodybuilders. I am neither of those things, but maybe I will turn out like one right after we eat this. And it's really not much, I don't think. I think you put in, what's it say? 2 tablespoons, yeah. And he was saying it's just to add a little more protein, because I think that way you get the dish, you know, where there's no meat in this either. I think Rocco's trying to join in, but if he doesn't get there, I feel like I might be able to do it. I don't know. You guys want to follow just me? I don't know if that's a good thing. But you have to check out his pop-up. I'm going to tell you right now. Bean, we're going there.
Okay.
Mondrian, baby.
Cool. Will they let us in?
He's not only going to let us in, Rocco's going to get us in.
Really?
Ben and I never get in anywhere. Like, we just don't have, we're not cool, is what I'm trying to say. What are those? Hi, Age. You want to come do this with Mommy?
Neon yellow tights.
Okay, I'm going to try to get him in again. Those are beautiful, honey. Okay, so I put in the egg stuff. And I can't really have dairy, so I'm going to do part of this without the egg or the cheese mix. But this also has freshly grated nutmeg, which I was super excited about. So I'm going to get that going after I get the basil. This basil's got to go in. Let's see. If Rocco doesn't come back, put it all in a blender. You guys are funny. Got any other tips? Maybe you guys help me. That's what it is. You all are the Easy Eats partners of time. Bean, you want to do this with me? Rocco would be so proud if you could help finish it up.
Yeah.
I mean, because really all I need is someone to read the recipe. And I just needed Rocco's charm, but you're pretty charming. Hey, how are you? Getting ready for swim?
Have you placed a sauce pot over medium heat
The
yet?
sauce is done, pretty much. But I didn't put, you know, he didn't have me put any of the red peppers, and I kind of want to throw those in. Do you want to start calling some audibles with me?
Noodles. Let me get the noodles.
No noodles. This does not have noodles.
Let's get noodles.
Rocco, I need you back. He's trying to add noodles to this. Help!
I'm ordering a pizza.
Do not order a pizza. This is going to be outstanding. Okay. Hold on.
Oh my goodness.
Here
Can you hear
it
me?
is. Yes, got you.
I've never wanted to reconnect with someone so badly in my life. It's like 10 minutes of purgatory.
It worked
Ben,
out.
did you jump in?
I got a lot done. I got ricotta, egg white things, and spinach,
Cool.
which I did not blanch in a bowl.
So the egg white's really cool. It's not something that you use every day, but it's great for shakes, by the way, and also to keep lasagna from falling apart. You know when you make lasagna and it just slips apart? This is going to glue it all together. So you got the cheese mixture like this, I think I saw you making.
But is there
this right
mozzarella
here.
in it, too?
Yes, you can put mozzarella in it, or we can layer the mozzarella in between. I've
Ooh.
got sliced mozzarella right here.
I'll layer it.
Yeah, cool.
And fresh is okay, or is that going to be too wet?
Fresh won't be too wet. Fresh will be okay, unless it's really wet buffalo mozzarella. In that case, you might want to just squeeze it out a little bit. But if you're lucky enough to get fresh buffalo mozzarella, I'd recommend just eating it fresh
Yeah.
out and not wasting it in the lasagna. So I use the sort of the loaf mozzarella. This stuff. It's still very high quality. It's just in a loaf form that you can slice easily. All right. So we have sauce, right?
Yep.
And we have veggies.
Yep.
And we have the cheese mixture, and we have a container to put it all in.
Okay.
Right? Just thinking if I turn the camera around, I might be able to see. Okay. So let's start to layer everything in your cast iron.
Yeah, and the one other question I had is in the recipe, there were onions and red peppers in the sauce. Would you suggest doing those also?
Yeah, so normally that goes in the sauce. This is a what I call a work recipe, so it's got a lot of elements to it. But I really just want people to focus on a cheese mixture, a group of grilled vegetables, and a tomato sauce. There are many, many ways to enrich it with other flavors and add and subtract things. But this basically is 3 super simple elements.
Okay.
The rest is a little on the advanced side. You're obviously killing it, but for many people who are going to see this recipe, their jaws are going to drop because there's 15 ingredients. Right. So just focus on a cheese mixture, the vegetables, and the sauce. Okay. Now that we have all 3, let me move everything out of the way, and we'll start to assemble this.
Yeah, I'm going to watch you. I'm going to just add a couple of the other things while you do that because I've never freshly grated nutmeg, and I'm pretty excited about it.
Oh, that's a lot of fun, actually. You've got the little microplane? Yeah. Can you smell it? Doesn't it smell so good?
It's crazy. It's like Christmas and everything all in one.
Yes, Christmas is a good reference. All right, so on the bottom of your container, it could be ceramic, could be stainless steel, whatever you have will work. We're going to put some olive oil. I like to put a little bit of the tomato sauce down as well. So the tomato sauce going down in. And that's just a schmear for the purpose of having a schmear of flavor.
Okay.
And now we're going to layer the veggies in no particular order, with no particular technique. Okay. Italian cooking is very interpretive and very forgiving. Yeah. As long as you have good ingredients, it usually tastes really, really good. I'm starting with the avocado squash just because...
I love that. I want to grow that now.
Avocado squash is so delicious, and it has a rich... Look at it. Doesn't it really resemble an avocado? Yeah. Yeah. They're available at Union Square Market right now. Norwich Farms has them. And
do they grow as prolifically as the regular squash?
They are now, yeah, because a lot of chefs are starting to use them. Yeah. All right, so now we're just going to add some of the cheese mixture. So going over to my bowl or my pre-made cheese mixture. Yes. And I'm going to just put a nice healthy layer in the bottom of this container. And we're going to do it 3 times, like making regular lasagna, except no noodles, Ben, sorry. You could put noodles in half of it and just let Ben eat that half. Yeah,
I thought about doing that because we have some no-bake, or the ones.
Oh, those are great.
Yeah.
The no-bakes are fantastic. I was going to actually bring that up. I'm glad you brought it up because I forgot. The no-bakes are just a lifesaver because, pre-boiling all the noodles and then layering is so much work. And the no-bakes work perfectly. Okay.
Now, Rocco, let's also just do one other thing because I can't do a ton of dairy. I just had a bite of mozzarella and I might be upset with it later. But
okay.
But like, if you can't, do you think that there's an alternative, or would you just leave the cheese out? Like
No, I think I don't eat a lot of dairy myself, to be honest with you. I'm sort of a dairy-free, gluten-free guy.
Yeah.
I want people to see, what would be a very popular dish, so that's why I chose this recipe. But if you wanted to use cashew ricotta or almond ricotta,
Yeah.
those would work great in here.
Okay.
It's hard to find a nut substitute for Parmigiano Reggiano, but natural yeast extract works well to give it an umami type flavor.
Yep.
You could definitely sub with all that stuff.
Okay.
If you've got lots of juicy vegetables like peppers and tomatoes, you may not even need cheese. The squash is a little dry on its own. But the sauce and the vegetables together are delicious. So this beautiful pomodoro and these vegetables in a casserole by themselves would be fantastic.
Good. Okay.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to do another layer. Now I'm going to do the layer of gold bar squash and zucchini. And we're just going to go across. This cross hatching helps to sort of help everything hold together. You're sort of creating this link of vegetables like a chain link fence.
Right. And then that way, when you go to cut it, it's going to stick.
Yes.
Right?
It won't go slide off the table. It won't do that thing that lasagna loves to do. I'm going to add a little more sauce now.
Okay.
Yeah. And smear that. And again, it's just a smear.
Yeah, but you're not overdoing that at all. Okay.
We're going to top it with sauce at the end. And now another layer of the cheese mixture. I should have held the phone like this the whole time. You can see everything so much better, right?
Oh, it looks really good. Yeah.
Cool. So again, the spinach is not really typical Italian. It's not really what everybody does necessarily. It's just a way to get some veggies, some green veggies into your life. Sneak it in there.
I like this question for you while we're finishing up. Christian asked, how does Rocco look so beautiful? Is it an olive oil face scrub?
That's very funny. It's funny you say that, Christian. I've never felt less beautiful in my life. So thank you for I've got the COVID-15, the COVID-19. Yeah, I've added every pound you can add during this time. Very nice of you, Christian.
Yeah. Do you?
He's obviously a friend. He's obviously a friend.
Someone else said, do you soak eggplant in salt water prior to grilling? Would you?
So you don't soak it in salt water, but you do salt it. So when you slice your eggplant super thick, just season it with salt like you were going to cook it, and let it sit for a little bit of time. What it'll do is extract some of the bitter moisture.
Okay.
But if the eggplant's super fresh and not overgrown, you really don't need to do that. It's only when we're buying eggplant in the winter, and it's the size of a football, and it's very, very dry inside, that you need to do that.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to do our last layer. Crispin,
and I'm just basically listening right now because I'm going to finish up a different one so I can eat half of it.
Okay, cool. No problem. Sorry, we're going to just do our last layer. I'm going to top it with this mixture of eggplant, and I'm going the other direction now. Mixture of eggplant and gold bar zucchini, and a little bit of avocado squash. I would put tomatoes in here if you had them. Peppers could go in here. Really, anything you want, any vegetable you want. This is a super flexible recipe. All right, now we're going to do a little more sauce.
Okay.
A smear again. And you want to sort of overbuild it so it's tall. You see how it's sticking out of the container?
Right.
That's you're looking for that. You don't want it to shrink. It's going to shrink a little bit. Now, then I'm going to top it with Parmigiano Reggiano. I already have grated. And some basil. There's already basil in the mixture. And then finally with this cheese, this mozzarella. Now, again, if you're allergic to dairy, there's great cashew products out there, and all kinds of nut-based cheeses that are fantastic.
My eggplant looks great. I was just showing everybody.
What's that?
The eggplant is looking wonderful over here. So that's finally really done.
Oh, yeah, that looks terrific.
And that'll help. And then, so once you've got this all together, you are going to go ahead and bake it together, obviously.
Yeah, so I'm going to put this in the oven. I have one in the oven. If you don't mind waiting, I'm going to go get it.
Yeah, please.
Cool.
And you're baking it at what temperature?
Baking it a little low at 325. And I kept it covered with foil because I already browned it in the beginning.
Right.
And I did that just because I knew I needed to make sure it was brown for the demo. But normally you would brown it at the end.
Okay.
And it looks something like this when you're done. It should look something like this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look
and
at
that's 1/2 for Ben, and then the rest is for the rest of the family. So I've got easily 5 nice portions here.
Oh, so delicious. Okay. That's perfect. They're
Look
going to
at
be
that.
very happy with me when I finish this up.
Look at that.
Oh my God, it stuck together just like that. Just like you
So
said
that-
it would.
The egg white really does help a lot.
Yeah.
Really captures all that moisture. It'll absorb all the moisture and turn it into this delicious protein slurry, and add a lot of protein that wouldn't normally be in this dish.
Nice. That's outstanding. Okay, so Rocco, I want to make sure there was a couple other good questions. I just wanted to. Someone asked if the recipe would be posted. Yes, it'll be on GoodMorningAmerica.com.
Yeah.
Rocco, can you break your quarantine? Come cook for me. Okay.
Actually, I'm sort of doing that by
Yeah.
cooking at Clio. Can you come to me at Clio?
There we go. And I think that's where we'll leave them, and just remind everybody that if they want your cooking, now is the time in New York City. Come down to the Mondrian, your pop-up Clio. Oh, the dog is eating off the floor. Good.
That's awesome. That's what dogs do. That's okay.
I'm grateful. I spilled cheese everywhere. Ooh, it looks so good.
Oh my God, so good.
I promise you we will be there because we need to get out. So
Good. Come by. We just built a beautiful terrace. I'll put you underneath the palm trees. No one will see you. No one will bother you. You'll
they
have
don't bother me.
privacy. You'll have your privacy, and you'll have your delicious food.
Oh, thank you so
I
much,
look forward to
Rocco. I appreciate your time today. I know you're super busy and got to get back there. So thank you. Everybody, try this recipe. I'm gonna post it up and put it everywhere. So thank you again.
Yummy, yum.
All
Bye,
right.
everybody.
Take care. Bye.
See you.